Hey Rick, just thought I would shoot you a video instead of like writing it out. So good to hear from you. Sorry it took me so long to get back to you. So man, oh man, junior year of Texas A&M, I remember because we were living on the north side, and yeah, Eddie Dyer was there, and I forgot who the other roommates were. I don't think Keith Bratton was our roommate, but but yeah, that was amazing. So what happened after that for me, I moved to the south side of College Station and got out of the Corps. Well, I was already out of the Corps at that point, and and ran a lot, and actually had my lowest GPA that senior year because I was just running so many miles. But having a tough time with track, and started getting into road racing, and ended up running a 31:40 something 10K, and then 69 minute 55 second half marathon, and kind of cruising along 52 minute 10 miler at the Woodlands. And I was just kind of like getting way, way into running. So I knew I didn't want to be a doctor at that point, a medical doctor, but I didn't know what to do. So I ended up working in a running store, and then I worked at Hill Seafood for a while, first a busboy, then a waiter. And that was a cool 2 years. But then I didn't know what to do. So I thought, well, maybe I'll be a physical therapist because I could still run a lot. So I ended up going to Houston, Texas Women's University, actually, by the medical center, and getting my physical therapy degree. Got injured, couldn't run for a while, but then got back to running, and ran a good low 31 minute 10K, and kind of had some success, but was becoming a physical therapist. So my girlfriend and I got a girlfriend, first major girlfriend. Had a couple girlfriends before that, but girlfriend Effie, and we moved to San Diego, California, and started living out there for quite a few years. 1985 is when I moved to San Diego, and I built a physical therapy practice called Mission Hills Physical Therapy, and had five therapists working for me. It was really cool, but along the way, I had a severe anxiety problem the whole time. I mean, the whole time you knew me, I had a lot of anxiety, and it's probably why I ran so much. But I built a successful practice, but and then met my wife Jen, and we were about to have our first boy Ben. This was much later in life. I got a later start than most people, I guess, and I went along, and I got hurt. All of a sudden I had some severe bone pain, and I couldn't run, and I couldn't figure it out, and I was getting really depressed. It took me 2 years of not running, and I figured out that San Diego had put fluoride in the water, so I got really sick from the fluoride, and I figured out how to detox from it, and got filters, and we decided to shut everything down. And so we sold our cars. I had a really nice Audi, but I sold our cars. We bought a truck, four-wheel drive truck. We got a tent, and we hit the road in June of 2013 looking for where to live. And we traveled all the way to the Pacific Northwest and ended up here in Bellingham, Washington. If you ever get up here, it's beautiful. I'll take you on some beautiful runs, the most beautiful place on earth. And Vancouver, BC is right north of us, and then Bellingham, Washington, and these beautiful forest trails. There's trails right out my door, and so that's where we landed. But we ended up out by the mountain, and we wanted a simple life. Long story short, I got started to get sick again, and I figured out that the house we bought was really toxic. Short story of a long story, I got we had to sleep outside for a year and burned through $100,000 while we fixed up the house. I learned a lot more about myself, and then got into what I do now, which is helping people heal from all these weird chronic conditions, autoimmune conditions, anxiety conditions, and now I actually help entrepreneurs, people that are building online businesses, to get rid of the anxiety and fear that can show up when you start to do something big in the world and start to put yourself out there. So that's what I do. I do healing work with people online from all over the world, and have lots of products and services and stuff. You can look at them if you want down below. There are all sorts of links. But if you're ever up in the Pacific Northwest, look me up, man. It'd be so fun to go for a run or a hike with you up here, get you some coffee, cruise you around. It is beautiful. We have two beautiful boys, age 9 and 3, Ben and Baden. They're wonderful. I'll see if I can get some pictures and put them in the email for you. But so good to hear from you. I hope you and Keith come out and visit. It's so cool to see Tom Glass reporting in, and Manfred Coors, and what an amazing time. So I hope you can come up to the Pacific Northwest.